back, viewers, to yet another segment of my show. Most people stop going about the food chain and get stuck finding their own comfort zone and find their own cozy corner in their lives. This often happens because they refuse to fail, because their fear of defeat paralyzes their fear to get to the point that they won't move forward. And that's when they choose mediocrity as a way of life. Today on the show, we have a very dynamic, optimistic, and an ingenious personality who we all as students have looked up to for years during our PhD research tenure. Let's welcome Dr. Ramaya Kannan. And Dr. Kannan, let me tell you, is not just accomplished and knowledgeable in his own area, but he has a wide set of knowledge in variety of spheres of life. And today, Dr. Kannan is going to share his thoughts on how today's youth should not settle for mediocrity. So, before going ahead and listening to his thoughts, Dr. Kannan, I would like to thank you so much for being with us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. And I would request you to go ahead and tell us about your background.
Thanks a lot, Trupti ji, for having me in your show. It's a great honor to be in your show. I have been watching your show, and I'm really impressed with what you are doing and connecting quite a lot of people who are starting or just above the starting stage and establishing themselves and giving them a platform to express themselves. So thanks a lot, and thanks for choosing me. Um, um, about me or my background, I come from a small village in Tamil Nadu. I did my bachelor's in a government college, Raja Sarpuji Government College, and then I moved to do my MSc in one of the good institutes in Tamil Nadu, Bharathasan University. And I came to do PhD in a National Chemical Laboratory after clearing CSIR, and that's where we know each other. And I did my PhD with one of the best electrochemists in India, Dr. Vijay Mohanan. And I did a total of three postdocs, one in University of Calgary, and I also received the Marie Curie postdoctoral fellowship, and I did my postdoc in University of Birmingham in UK. And then I also did one more postdoc for the last 4 years in Las Alamos National Laboratory. I moved here in University of New Mexico as a research assistant professor from March. And my research expertise, I started with the fuel cells, low temperature fuel cells, polymer composites. Then I was working on ceramic electrolytes, high temperature electrolytes. I was also working on electrochemical sensors for carbon dioxide, NOx, ammonia, or non-methane hydrocarbons. I also worked on electrochemical synthesis of ammonia, and now I'm trying to focus on carbon dioxide reduction as well as electrochemical methane conversion into ethylene or ethane. So this is my research expertise. I prepared quite a lot of nanomaterials, carbon nanotube functionalization. That was from my PhD days. I still continue that research. So yeah, that's about my background. I have published about 30 research articles. I have also written 3 proposals to receive grants. I have 2 US patents and one more. We are about to file for my electrochemical sensors on ammonia. So yeah, that's a summary of what I have been doing in my research career. Thank you.
So clearly you have been unstoppable in your career with so many feathers to your cap, and you never wanted to settle down for anything low. So on that line, what is mediocrity, or what is a mediocre person?
This is very contentious actually to define mediocrity. I was actually looking at the term. It says moderate or below average or just about average, but there is different ways of saying it. But the ideal way, I would say, how I would say is someone who stops himself from achieving what he can. That's due to lack of effort, basically lack of effort or not trying hard enough. And that is what I would say mediocrity. Um, this is, again, this is not a personal attribute. This could happen due to a time related thing. If you reach a particular height, and like you publish a nature paper and you think, yes, I have achieved, and next you don't feel any motivation, and then you lay rest for a while, and before you blink you will start into quite a lot of bad habits, or you get stagnated. So I would say someone who gets stagnated, or someone who is not evolving with the time, and because of that, even though he had the abilities, he never honed them to go further. So those are the people who I would say mediocre. Those are the people who will fall into the category. They are not mediocre people, but they will fall into mediocrity because apparently they had the ability to go further, but they stopped. And that's how the mediocrity thing comes.
Yeah, that's totally true. I totally agree with you. Mediocrity is something where that person stops analyzing his strengths and trying to put his step towards that, but just out of laziness or out of some fear of failing and not accepting that failure, but thinking that failure is a rejection, um, just giving up on everything. And that's how mediocrity
Exactly.
comes in life. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, so what, I mean, these are the reasons why mediocrity uh, is chosen by so many people and then they end up living an average life, although they deserve a lot
Mhm.
better because of their strengths. So why should one not settle for mediocrity? See, at the end, what we say is we need food to live, we need clothes to wear, and a shelter to live in. So I'm happy because I'm getting all these three basic needs. But why is there a need to not settle for mediocrity?
Um, well, it is mediocrity, so that's why we shouldn't settle for it. But we need to,
That's very true. That's very
yes,
well said.
yes. So, but we needed to see like why mediocrity comes and why one should not settle down for a mediocrity, right? So, as I said, mediocrity is not a born character. It is something that you inherit or you force on yourself at a time period. Like, as I said, the nature paper situation, once you achieve something and then you don't have a motivation to go further, or um, you suddenly have a change of heart. This I have seen for quite a few of Indian students who comes abroad, who starts to do well, but then have a change of heart. Like what they are doing is not satisfying them anymore, but and they find a new interest, but they can't leave what they are doing because of financial obligations or family or social obligations. And so your heart is in one place and you are forced to stay in something else, then you are not going to perform. And if you are not going to perform, that's where you are falling into mediocrity. So you have the capabilities, but you are not living up to it. And that's where basically that's what we define as mediocrity, right? And what happens, why one should not settle for this kind of mediocrity is basically because it's never a happy situation. You can you can have a different dream, or you sometimes also there is also one another situation where you get into a you start to get few negative results, and you start to question yourself, am I doing the correct things? One of my junior basically stopped because he got few negative results and he couldn't reproduce what he was producing, and he left the country. He was doing PhD in a foreign country and he left it. Um, so those kind of fears basically forces you into mediocrity. And once you left it, it's a long way down, and it's not, never a. It's you can fall into a no point of no return, and you don't want to go in the direction. And it's um, nobody is happy around you. If you are a mediocre person, your family is not happy, your friends are if you are a student, your boss is not happy, or if you are a mentor and your student gives you a manuscript and you are sitting on it for a long time, your student is not happy. So no one is happy around you. And after some time, you will be ending up with a situation where, what if, it will basically leave you in a situation of what if, what would have been, or it will leave you in a phase of regret, and you will be eternally termed as an underachiever. Despite having all the qualities, you will be labeled as an underachiever. So nobody wants to be labeled as an underachiever. So that's why we shouldn't fall into the mediocrity or the mediocre habits.
Right. So, what would be your tips to avoid mediocrity?
Again, that is, I think, most people want to know. That's the question that most people would want to know
Right.
the answer for.
Yeah, because most of the times I don't want to settle down for less, but I don't know what direction I should go for to, excel in my life.
Yeah, again, the thing is, mediocrity is not, it do not have a clear cut. You cannot easily identify mediocrity at the starting stage, at least. But once you fall in, it's very difficult to break out.
Yes.
Like you are watching too much social media, you are spending too much time on social media and not putting the time on things that matters. And after some time, you will see the things that matter, they got accumulated, and you are in a phase where you are no more able to do with the required phase. um, but if you wanted to get out of mediocrity, I would say keep simple targets. Because you can say it, like you want to win a Olympic medal, or you want to publish in Nature, or you want to go for big things. Yes, it's all good to have big things, but mediocrity happens not because you didn't have a huge target or a big target, but it happens because you don't have everyday targets. It's good, it helps to have a daily target, like when you are getting up, what do you want to do for that particular day. Let me tell the situation. So you were publishing quite a lot of papers at one point of time, and then you got complacent, and you didn't focus that much, and you fell into this trap of mediocrity. And now you are trying to break out. You are like, I have published so much, I want to publish more, I will publish from now on. You need to remember, it takes time. You have stopped doing things, and suddenly you want to do, it's not going to happen. The change is not going to happen in one day. It's a gradual process. So first thing is, accept it, it's going to take time. If you are having, like, I'm going to publish today, tomorrow, or next month, and you start working and suddenly the results don't come, it's so easy to fall back. And I'm like, no, it's too much, I don't want to work harder or go further. So that's where my PhD mentor, he always used to say, focus on small things. Every day one experiment, every day one experiment. You do one experiment every day, after 30 days you have 30 results. But if you are thinking of 30 results at the first day, it looks like a mountain, it looks like an impossible thing. So how the things, like, every day. Today I'm waking up, okay, I want to read one journal or one experiment. You do simple routines. You do simple routines, after 30 days you will have 30 results, and then you can look at analyzing them and how to go further from those results, and then you will see you have a trend, and that's where you are having an outcome, and you can publish something, or you can go for the next stage. So I would say having a routine is important. And also, if you have a good network of people, interact more and put them in your work schedule, and that could help a lot. So the best thing is to snap out having a simple routine on an everyday life. That's very important. I i have gone through, through my travelings. I also have faced phases where I am not doing as much. Then breaking up is basically start from the basics. What you have been doing good to reach that stage, keep focusing on them and go in that direction. That should be a way. And read books, don't stop. When I was a 20-year-old, I was thinking the habit books are not great. Why would people read habit books or motivational books? But recently I have come across a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's a fantastic book. That has changed quite a few things. He talks about a 2% improve, a 2-minute rule, basically. So instead of, if you are looking at a chemical review paper which is 50 pages, it's daunting. But if you're looking at every day I'm finishing 2 pages or 10 pages, 10 pages is not a big deal. 2 pages, not at all a deal. In 5 days, you are finishing the chemical review article. So I have struggled to read chemical reviews quite a lot of time. They are like huge, but you break them up, you can do a lot. So the simplest thing to break out of mediocrity is keep a simple routine, a daily routine, and keep things simple. That should help a lot.
That's a great tip. That's a lot of guidance we really needed today. So, with that, I would like to put my few cents on mediocrity would be, if you really don't want to be a resource of negativity for yourself and people around,
Mhm.
try to follow what Dr. Kannan just said. And as he also emphasized, while you're still focusing on your professional career, when, as he focused on how a researcher should take it to not settle for mediocrity, you should also be open to read other things that will help you foster and enhance your life. So, Dr. Kannan, thank you so much for helping us with your very insightful thoughts on mediocrity. And it was a really motivational to all of us. So, with that, guys, I thank you for following my channel and supporting me throughout. I would expect your support all along my show. And uh, please keep watching such informational and motivational videos. And please subscribe my channel if you haven't. So thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Kannan, again.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.